Welcome back to Under Oath. I feel good now. I can use the extra sentence to discuss the opening. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Always about cops.
That is terrible.
It's okay.
What are you trying to do with that song?
What am I trying to do?
Yes.
I'm trying to say.
Could you sing it in key at least?
Oh, if I could say it in key, I wouldn't be practicing law for a living. I mean, you could be a great singer,
Oh,
Jeff.
my
If I was a
God.
great singer, I wouldn't be doing
you'd
this.
be a great singer if you know how to sing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's easy. Okay, here's the deal. We got a cop episode.
Oh, I've read the thing. Yeah.
The cop episode.
I'm familiar with what's going
Little
on.
kidnapping. Guy comes to the door with a note.
Little kidnapping. Well, let's set it up. 9-year-old girl gets kidnapped. This is a serious kidnapping situation. Grandpa is rich as hell.
So what's there? There's a poor person getting kidnapped and a rich person. That feels pretty. Let's just say
That's just a smart
politically
kidnapper.
incorrect.
Why would a kidnapper, if you're going to face a life felony, would you steal somebody who didn't have anyone wealthy in their family, or would you steal someone who had somebody wealthy?
What if I
in
do
their
it for
family?
love? I stole it because I loved her. I kidnapped her.
Oh,
because
well,
of
that's
love.
different.
Okay,
That's
so
different.
Is love more than cash?
Yeah, but it better not have been stealing her for love if it was a 9-year-old girl, because that's
Okay,
pretty creepy.
See, we had to go in a rough way. All right, here we go. We got the 9-year-old, been kidnapped, rich family.
Craig Ross Jr. kidnapped her.
Note gets dropped off.
Dropped off note.
They don't arrest the guy at the door.
And I'm going to take the cop's position on this one. And of course, they don't arrest him at the door because he doesn't come to the door to drop off the note. He does something close, though. He drives up, places the ransom note in the mailbox. And this particular officer that we're talking about is on the grounds, on the property of the family whose little daughter got kidnapped. And everybody's all up in arms that this cop didn't do something, like he had any authority to do something in the first place.
What do you do? I watched enough SWAT. I watched a lot of TV.
You talking about the officer that was there?
Yeah.
What was he supposed to do?
I watched TV.
He's watching the house so that people don't come up.
All right,
And I don't know. Actually, I don't even know why he's watching the house. Do they think that another kid's going to get kidnapped? What is the purpose of having the police officer now that the girl has been kidnapped? I can understand if they said, hey, we're going to kidnap this little girl. All right, let's have a cop there to try and prevent that. But she's gone already. What's he doing there?
All right, let me do my Orange County PD Blue.
Lay it on.
Analyzing this. Okay. My options are I arrest the guy right there. Option 1. Option 2, I wait and follow the guy back to his nest so I can find out where the girl is. Basically.
Hold on. What do you think is going on in this officer's mind? Do you think he knows what is in the note that is being dropped off? It's being dropped off in the mailbox.
Who sticks stuff in the mailbox if you're not a
Lots
mailman?
of people stick things
who
in the
sticks
mailbox.
things in mailboxes?
You've never gotten anything in your mailbox that wasn't put there by a postal worker? No way. People come by, they stick flyers in there. Hey, I got a new restaurant. I got a new club. Come to my party. Everybody.
I've never that happened after somebody I cared about got kidnapped out of my house.
That happens all the time, Jeff.
That happens to you? You don't
I've
have a
gotten
key
stuff
mailbox?
in my mailbox all the time.
You have a
from
mailbox
people.
or you have a key thing?
Now I have a key thing, and that doesn't happen now.
So
but
most
I've
people
lived-
have key things,
I've
right?
lived in place, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody's got the mailbox in front of the house, the way the traditional neighborhoods are set up. The mailbox is in front of the house. Guy drove up, stuck the ransom note, and then took off.
I'm
And
in
everyone's
charge-
giving the cop a hard time.
Hold on. The
I don't
cop
think
or the people who are running this investigation?
The officer.
Well, you
the
realize how
actual
screwed up this is.
officer.
This is as screwed up as it comes. This officer is not in charge of the investigation. We can agree the one dude is not in charge of this whole
Well, the complaint is he should have known it was a ransom
Okay.
note. He should have known that this guy was the actual kidnapper. He should have chased him down. Should have gotten the license plate number. And I'm wondering how much of a Superman do they expect this guy to be?
Do we know where this is from? Is this like a one-man kind of operation here?
This officer was by himself
No, where
at
was
the
this?
house.
Where was this? This is
Where? I don't
Florida,
know. I don't know.
Orlando. I mean, where are we talking about here? Where we even have a clue?
New York State Police. So it had to be in
Okay.
New York.
New York City. They have a whole division that deals with this. I can promise you this. Hey, we have a kidnapping. Send Bob out. Have Bob stay at the house for a while. That is not the procedure. I am not buying this. I think there is a team of people, and they're going, we have a kidnapping. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. Your job is to sit at the house and wait for something to happen. And if something happens, you call in, you report it. He doesn't arbitrarily tackle the dude who's delivering the message.
So you agree with me. This guy has no ability to read the mind of a person putting. I'll tell you what was going to happen. If it just so happened that it turned out that this was the kidnapper that dropped off the note. It could have very easily been somebody else. Say some gay guy just opened up a gay club.
Why does he have to be a gay
3 streets
guy?
down? Because I'm going to show you
Couldn't
how
it just
bad
be a
this could
club
get.
owner?
He could stick that note in there, and the officer comes running up, demands that he get out of his car, demands that he be taken into custody, starts asking questions. You know what happens the next day? Huge parades down Main Street saying that the police are homophobic.
Oh, they'd be great parades, though. I love
The anti-homophobic
I love a
police
good
parade?
gay parade. So that's it. They have the best parades. Irish are okay, the New York parades, but I love the gay parades. They're the best. Everyone's
So the
happy.
cop has no idea that the note is the ransom note, has no idea that the guy putting it there is the kidnapper.
And very rarely in a situation like that would you stop whatever's happening there, because the goal is to get the child back. So the last thing you would do would be to cut off the head right there and not be able to find the kid and hope that this
Well, that's
guy
another
doesn't.
danger. Yeah, say he just had this incredible Sherlock Holmes intuition, and he just knew that this was the guy that was responsible for taking the kid. He stops this guy, and now if the guy doesn't cooperate, if he just said, "Hey, screw it, I'm not talking." Hey, and the little girl is wherever she is without food, shelter. You have no idea where she is, and he just decides to keep his mouth shut for 2 weeks, and you got to release him. Who's taking care of the girl, if anyone?
Here's the mistake. And here's the mistake I'm seeing that I'm not reading. The mistake is this. What is the procedure? We're not bashing them. We're saying the cop didn't follow the procedure. What's the procedure? Is the procedure to arrest anybody?
Yeah. The
Procedure
parents,
is to wait it out?
The parents are saying that the procedure should have been.
Oh, I don't listen to the parents. They're rich. What do they know?
Well, no, it wasn't the parents that were rich. It was grandpa.
Well, so grandpa's forking out the money. You got two crappy parents who have done nothing in their lives, and the kids.
I don't know if the parents are crappy. I don't know what the procedure was in taking the kid.
It sounds
If
like
they
a
let
bunch
a
of
9-year-old run around the woods by herself and, hey, be back when the sun comes down, maybe that's a little bit suspect.
That's a little scary.
But
9-year-old girl in the woods alone?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't think anybody likes that.
Feels like a bad choice. We don't even let 9-year-olds babysit anymore. But we'll let you head into the woods, pull your own Hansel and Gretel deal. No way.
We don't let 9-year-olds babysit anymore?
No.
No?
No, it's called child abuse.
That is?
Child
it
neglect,
really?
child abuse, everything.
Are you making that up?
No, kids get arrested the parents get arrested all the time for letting their
all the
9-year-old
time?
babysit all the time.
All the time?
Yeah, Google
You
it.
sure?
Google it. I dare you.
can't keep a straight
I dare
face.
you. This is as straight a face as you're going to get. Point is this. When it comes down to it, we don't know what the procedure was. They're saying the officer did something wrong. They have to show that the officer in this case had a bad procedure. And here's the way I think police officers should be judged. I think police officers should be judged the same way doctors are. You have to sue them for malpractice. They had a duty. There's another officer out there who will say, yeah, they didn't follow the duty, and because they didn't follow the duty, this happened. In this case, everyone's just guessing what the guy should have done.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't even know the procedure.
Exactly.
And how fair is that to the guy? The guy's going, wait a minute,
Well,
I
they
was
haven't-
told to stay in the house.
And the plaintiffs in that case, they haven't articulated what the procedure was that he supposedly violated.
They're going to say basic negligence. And then they have to show how he
What's
was
the
negligent.
first thing with negligence? You have to show a duty. What was his actual duty? What was his purpose in being there? To watch the mailbox to see if anybody dropped off a ransom note? Well, okay, if that's why you're there and that's your only reason, you shouldn't be anywhere but sitting at the
let's
mailbox.
be honest. If I'm the cop and I see somebody, there's been a kidnapping, we're waiting to be contacted by the kidnappers.
Mhm.
We can agree this would be the normal procedure. And I'm staring there and I see this guy go to the mailbox
Mhm.
and he drops it off and just walks away. And I do nothing other than walk out to the mailbox to check what he stuck in there rather than, hey, make a call. Hey, listen, we have a guy. He's in the mailbox. He's dropping something off.
You mean in live time? Like he gets on the radio?
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
someone just pulled up?
I love the radio. He's on the radio like we don't have cell phones.
Hold on. Hey, I got somebody walking their dog.
I have
No, that turned out to be nothing.
somebody's approaching the
Some
house.
kids are on a bike. No, that turned out to be nothing.
Did they steal a dog or a human being?
Somebody in a red Corvette just drove by. Is he supposed to be calling in all the activity on this street?
All the activity
Bull crap. Bull crap. I'm blind.
Oh, you're telling me right now that somebody sticking in a mailbox right after a kidnapping isn't a suspicious something?
That is curious. So the officer should go to the mailbox
or make a call
and see what it is. He can't stop the guy from leaving.
I didn't say stop it.
He can't say, hey, you.
Didn't say that.
Don't go anywhere, or I'm going to shoot.
Do you think nobody else is paying attention to this kidnapping other than the dude who's hanging out at the house?
He's the only one paying attention to the yard, what's going on in front of the house.
His job is to sit there and report and be there for this thing to happen.
Yes.
He didn't report.
He did, though.
He waited.
Well, so what?
You need to report.
How long? How long did he wait?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? That's the thing that we don't know. I don't know how long he waited.
But I can tell you what.
But
if this dude hauled ass and I didn't make a phone call.
Their claim is that he should have arrested the guy, taken the guy into custody.
And I disagree with that.
Okay, well, at least we agree on that.
But I think he should have called, say, hey, there's a suspicious dude dropping something off the mailbox.
Well, they ended up getting a fingerprint from the ransom note. So at some point.
Look at that. They Sherlock's home, that SOB got lucky.
At some point, they did go to the mailbox and see what it was.
Did they do this with the powder and everything like the old school days?
They did.
You know, stick it up to the light. These look like they match.
Nowadays, they probably just held their iPhone up to it and said, oh, there's a fingerprint right there.
Well, and in other ways, first off, we don't know the procedure. We don't know what they did. We don't know whether he was supposed to call it in.
So plaintiffs have no case.
In the end, thank God, the young lady got returned safely.